Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Sonia and we live in an RV and it's time to make dinner again. So tonight we are going to make a shepherd's pie. Alright, so most of us know shepherd's pie from our school days where it was the mashed potatoes with the meat dumped on top, maybe some corn, maybe some cheese if we were lucky. So we've kind of refined this recipe over the years. We still use the ground beef, and I like to get a little bit fatter ground beef on this one, not something super lean because we want flavor. We will add some seasoning to it. Mashed potatoes, you can use potatoes from scratch. They come out better that way, but we don't keep potatoes in our RV since we don't have a lot of room for dry goods storage, and the temperature in here can fluctuate. So I like to use the packs of mashed potatoes. These are pretty easy to travel. They're pretty inexpensive as well. They each make 4 servings, so 2 of these along with a pound of beef are great. And then the other thing you need, we like to use the mixed vegetables. For a long time we used just plain old sweet corn, but when our little guy who decided he didn't like potatoes wasn't going to eat it, we decided to start jazzing it up with the mixed vegetables just for a little bit more flavor. If you want to stick with traditional, you can still use just plain corn, or you can jazz it up with the mixed vegetables. And these are from the freezer bag. We'll thaw them out a little bit just to make it easier. And then of course a shredded cheese of your choice. We like the Colby. We also like to get the finely shredded. It just helps it kind of melt. And then of course you need a casserole dish. So let's get started. So we are going to preheat the oven to 350 and let that heat up while we are browning the beef over medium heat. Now because this beef is fattier, it's going to have good flavor, but I always like to add a little bit of minced onions since we keep this on hand, just for a little bit more flavor as well. Alright, so while the beef is slowly browning, we're going to take a minute. We want to thaw these out a little bit. So I like to put them just in a bowl, and just with some water, just lukewarm water will be fine. And we can go ahead and get the water heating up for the mashed potatoes as well. Boil it on that thing, but I think it won't take too long.
Oh, yeah, let's see your face.
Yep, it's gonna take 4 cups, and I have a 2 cup measuring cup. Cups are hot, and I'm going to mix the first batch, but I only have a 2 cup measuring cup. So this is going in to heat this up for the next round of potatoes. The beef is almost done, so we'll get this going, and then we will get the beef draining as well. That I can stir so easily with no one in my way in the kitchen. Alright, so this is hot. The first batch of potatoes are made. Here's where a catastrophe can hit, and we can end up having to get takeout. I don't have another bowl, and I've only done this once before. So we are going to add this second packet of dehydrated flakes to the already mixed in bowl. Then we'll add the water and mix them in, and we'll hope for the best. Like I said, I've done this once before, and it worked, so we'll hope it works this time too. Otherwise, there is always takeout. done, so we'll turn it off while we work on this. It's working, yay! Sorry, Luna, our dinner, not yours. So it does appear that we were successful. Everything got mixed in really well. There doesn't seem to be any dehydrated flakes left in that got missed, so that's awesome. That means dinner is still a go. So let's check out the beef real quick and let's get it on for draining. I will say the thing I liked better in our Sprinter over this Arcadia was that I actually had a left-handed stove. It was over on the other side. So now I'm trying to do left-handed cooking with a right-handed stove. It's a learning curve. Not too greasy, that's good. Alright, so that is now draining with paper towels. I'm going to put another one on top to absorb the top of it. And then we'll drain the vegetables that have been soaking in water, and then we're ready to assemble. All right, so everything is now ready to be mixed. Now I cooked more beef and probably more potatoes than I actually need, but I'd rather have more and have leftover. So what we'll do with the extra beef that I ended up browning is we'll just use it later in the week. Maybe one night when we're in a rush or on a travel day, I'll already have that ready to go, and we can throw a spaghetti or a sloppy joe or something like that together, just depending on what we want. But it is ready, and since this wasn't frozen beforehand, I could actually just go ahead and freeze this already browned up and pop it in the freezer so it'll last. But if I just keep it refrigerated, I'll be able to keep this up for about 5 days. That we have to use this up. All right, so first layer we want to do is add in the potatoes, because the potatoes will kind of be the base on it. So that gives us a good start on the potatoes. Next, we'll add in a layer of the vegetables. And I don't know if all the water came out. I didn't have my strainer, so we'll just kind of hand plop them in there and make a nice layer of those. And then finally, we'll add in some of the beef. And now the fun part, mixing it all together. When I had a bigger kitchen, sometimes I would mix it all in a mixing bowl and then plop it in the casserole dish. But I don't have that luxury here, and one of my other mixing bowls is currently being used for maintenance, so here we are. Now, if you don't want to mix yours, if you like it to be layered and not mixed like this, that is absolutely fine. However you want to make yours, we like ours mixed together so we get a little bit of everything in every bite. But I know there are some people with those food aversions, so you don't have to mix it. You can do it the school meal way and just leave it all piled on top of each other. If you were to do that, my suggestion for that would be to just do it in small layers, and that way you could build it up and layer it if you wanted to. So at this point, we are ready to add our cheese on. Because this is all hot already, we can add in a light layer of cheese. If it's not hot, if you had prepped these ingredients in advance, or if you wanted to, you could bake it first and let that go in there and then add your cheese after. In fact, let's do it that way. Let's go ahead and bake this for about 15 minutes, and then we'll add the cheese on after and bake it for another 15 minutes. So while that is baking, let's go ahead and get these extra bits put away and stored up, and then we can get some of the kitchen cleaned up while we are waiting for that to come out and add the cheese. All right, so it's been about 15-20 minutes. I've gotten the kitchen all cleaned up, and the cast iron is even cleaned and seasoned. So let's take the casserole out and check on it, go ahead and put cheese on it, and then we'll pop it back in for another 15 or 20 minutes until the cheese is nice and melted and crispy. Since RV ovens lose their temperature quick, we'll want to open the door and get it out quickly and close it up so it'll maintain that temperature. We are a cheesy family, so we like a nice thick layer of cheese. But if you are not, just add a light layer. Alright, so we'll reset that timer for another 15 minutes and check on it. With most RV ovens, timers are great for a guideline, but for the most part, stay close and just keep checking on it. Let's check the cheese. Ooh, it's looking good. Alright, so the timer just went off, so let's get this out of the oven. I've got pot holder ready. I've got our bowls ready for us to eat. So let's have dinner. Let's see how it is. And the cheese has melted and it looks nice and crispy on top. So we'll give that a few minutes to rest and then we'll get it plated and time for dinner. So I guess we're having shepherd's pie tonight and there will be no takeout for us. All right, you guys, well, thanks for watching and coming to have dinner with us and make this shepherd's pie for tonight. I hope yours comes out well as ours did. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And put in the comments, I want to hear, are you a corn only? Use that corn emoji. Or are you a mixed vegetable? Use some of those vegetable emojis and share in the comments which way you'd like to make your shepherd's pie. We'll see you guys next time and we will figure out, are we going to have dinner or is there always takeout?